Welcome to ZeerTalks and welcome to this video. Now, if you enjoy this channel, obviously, please subscribe, man. What are you doing? You got nothing to do in your life. You may as well subscribe, man. Come on. Do me a favor. Now, but for real, subscribe if you enjoy the channel. Also, if you enjoyed this video, which is going to be a fun one, like and comment your thoughts and your opinions on the video. What are we talking today? I'm going to be talking about who I think or not who I think. More so like how do I explain this? It's more so like where do I rank the potential managers' potential chances in joining our club, and what's my thoughts on it? You get the deal. You get it. It's a tier list. Anyway, TikTok, Instagram, X. What an awful name, by the way. Go check those out if you're into my channel here and you want to get to know more about it. I mean, I do post on TikTok, on Instagram as well, and actually I don't really post, but I mean, sooner or later I'm gonna start using it, so you may as well go check them out. And then, most importantly, please take care of yourselves and be happy, satisfied wherever you may be. Right now, yeah, as I was saying earlier, it's actually supposed to be a tier list for the potential managers that FC Bayern Munich are going to be having once Tuchel leaves. Now, I want you to look at this image for a second. Yeah? 1 second. Oh, what? I just noticed I made an error. There you go. You guys see it? You guys see it, right? Oh, I was close. There you go. Just let me 1 second. I need to zoom out so you can see the managers. You see that, right? I hope you do. Weirdly enough. Yeah. I believe you do see it. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. All right. Now, listen, people. I'm just going to get straight into it. Wait, there you go. That's more like it, right? Yeah. All right. Now, let's get straight into this video. All right. Yeah. Now, I want you to look at this picture. Do you notice a specific manager that's in this picture? Oh, wait. This guy. Oops. Yeah, this guy. In or out? Listen. Am I donkey Tuchel in or am I donkey Tuchel out? What do you think? What do you think, man? The only reason why I pose that question is because knowing our board, if we were to supposedly win the Champions League, which I doubt we will, right? They'll be like, you know what? We want a Champions League. Let's give this guy a new deal. Listen, in any circumstance, I don't want to see this guy manager, yeah? So what we're going to do, yeah, is let me enter, man. Oh my goodness, man. This computer is bugging sometimes. Oh, there you go. Donkey, stay away from my club. Yeah, you stay away. And by the way, I forgot to address. Get him in means I want him. Not sure, as I'm not 100% sure about the manager yet. Or not 100% sure about how he would our team or how he'd coach our players, whatever it is. Or if he suits the identity, and stay away like Tuchel. Get the hell away. I don't want you involved. Yeah, because it's a waste of our time. So, anyways, let's move on to the next manager. Who should we go with? We got some names around here. May as well have a little look. I am going to go for. All right, let's go for. I'm gonna leave some good ones towards the end. Let's go for Conte. Listen, I don't want to listen. Conte, listen. The reason why I'm putting Conte here, stay away, because yes, he has pedigree to an extent. I mean, not in cup competitions like the Europa League or Champions League, but he has in the leagues and whatever. My issue with him, though, is if Tuchel was bad coaching defensive games, imagine Conte, and this guy loses it. He completely loses it. So I don't want to see this guy at all. Who else we got next? I mean, by the way, you see that run that he done last season on Tottenham Hotspur? That was beautiful. I can't even lie. That was actually that was unbelievable. Unai Emery. Now Unai Emery is at Aston Villa right now, and you know what? Listen, people, I genuinely don't think he's the man for the job. Although I will say he is doing a good job at Aston Villa, and yes, I know, he knocked us out of the Champions League with Villarreal. Yeah. Well, listen, his style of play is you play a 4-4-2, play man behind the ball, counter attack. There was like maybe one or two instances where you actually see them play actual beautiful football, but otherwise it's just men behind the ball. And yeah, man, I'm not a fan of this neither. I'm sorry, no, not a fan. All right, all right. Now let's move to somebody interesting. You know what, Jurgen Klopp. I'll leave you for later. Actually, you know what? I'll leave you for later. Let's get this out of the. We already know he's gonna have a year break. Yes. Now, for people that are gonna absolutely call me stupid, let me address this. All right. Jurgen Klopp is a Borussia Dortmund geek. He's a Dortmund fanboy. He is a Dortmund manager. He's a Dortmund guy. Do you really think a guy like him is going to come to Bayern? By the way, I don't think he would want to, but I don't think a guy like him, even though he's going to leave Liverpool, is going to want to join us. Because I'm telling you now, he'd rather destroy us, which he did with Liverpool a few years back, than absolutely, join Bayern. He just won't. And if he did, he'd sabotage us. He generally would sabotage, but I don't think he's that type of guy. He's the type of guy to not want to join anyway. So yeah, that's why I wouldn't take. But he is an absolutely unbelievable manager, and he's absolutely. There's a reason why he's done what he's done for Liverpool, and there's a reason why he's the last manager to win a Bundesliga before Bayern went on this dominance. And now Xabi Alonso, which we will talk about in a bit, has overtaken us and is most likely going to win the league. So yeah, let's move on. Speaking of Xabi Alonso, though, because I'm not trying to go all in on stay away here. Xabi Alonso, what I'm going to say about him, like, fantastic on what he's doing in the Bundesliga against us and the way that Bayer Leverkusen play, remarkable. But not sure. Now, I say not sure, people. I hope you understand where I'm coming from, and this is another bombshell. Because people are like, you guys are going from, and you should be getting him, and you should be doing. Listen, man, let me say something that nobody else has told you guys, but I will. I think, that yes, he's doing unbelievable at Bayer Leverkusen, fantastic, but this is why he should stay at Bayer Leverkusen. I don't even think he should go to Liverpool. Yeah, you thought I was saying I'm not sure because he should go to Liverpool, and no, I'd rather him join us. But the reason I'm saying stay at Bayer Leverkusen is because. And I know there are competition. I should be saying, no, come to us. First of all, I'm not sure if he can handle Bayern Munich the same way as he's handling Leverkusen. Because Bayern and Leverkusen, let's be honest, like, this is Bayer Leverkusen's first league win, if they ever win it this season. So, yeah, listen, I just want to see how he can cope with Bayer Leverkusen. First of all, try to keep it players. And then try to cope with Leverkusen, Champions League and league, compete for the not Champions League, that's tough. Compete for the Bundesliga with us. Oh, I mean, hopefully we win this time next season, because I don't think we are this season. And then what you could do is try to manage your squad for Champions League. I want to see how Xabi Alonso can do in that aspect. That's why I am not sure yet, but I think he has hella potential with what he's doing against us and what he's doing with Leverkusen. It's absolutely phenomenal. I will say, though, as a manager, well, there's one thing I respect a lot about Xabi Alonso. He's a very calm-headed manager. He's not one of those managers that will completely lose his mind. And don't get me wrong, some managers, when they lose their mind, is actually amazing to watch. But at the same time, when you're trying to be realistic, you want a manager that's cool-headed and knows how to deal with play. And he looks like the type of guy. I just want him to test himself a bit more before he joins us, because joining Bayern is a different ballgame, and I just don't want him to fall into the same trap as our next manager to be discussed, and that is Julian Nagelsmann. Listen, another man that I'm unsure of, man. Another man I'm unsure of. because at the end of the day, he was our manager last season. And you know, let's be really honest with ourselves. Like, even though I wish he stayed, he was really learning on the job. It's like Arteta right now with Arsenal. You're actually learning on the job. And, my deal is not that he's younger than Neuer, because I know some Bayern fans were like, well, Nagelsmann is he's younger than Neuer, the captain. I'm like, listen, bro, that's not the problem. As long as you can manage, that's not a big deal, right? But the issue with him is he had a few problems with a few players. Not a few, had many problems with a few players, right? But he was able to deal with it in certain moments. And then he really tried to change Bayern completely. Now, that's not an easy thing to do, man. You know what I mean? And at the end of the day, it's like, yeah, man, it's like he was more focused on trying to change Bayern than he was on trying to fix system. Like, every time we'd head to a game, he would like, and he does this with the German national team a lot, by the way. Playing Havertz left back. Hey, what are you doing, man? Are you serious? But yeah, he likes to experiment. Take Julian Nagelsmann as a scientist trying to discover a new chemical. That is Julian Nagelsmann. Literally, that's Julian Nagelsmann. So yeah, man, I think he should learn his craft more. I would recommend he goes to a Premier League side or something. Not a big side, but like a Premier League side that's like, I can't believe I'm saying this, at Tottenham. Even though they have Ange, which I won't talk about because he's definitely staying at Spurs. But yeah, listen, I think he should test himself at one of them clubs and then move up, learn as he goes, and then maybe one day we take him back. But yeah, I genuinely don't see him. Or just stick to Germany. Hopefully it works. But yeah, I don't see him coming to Bayern, and I'm not sure that he should at this moment in time. Although he has hella potential, man. I don't see the hate that he has been getting. Listen, another man that has potential. Now, not a lot of people know about him, Honest. The reason why I say I'm not sure, hear me out. It's not the fact that, you know, yeah, man, listen. The reason why I'm not sure with him, first of all, for context, Hones is the manager for VfB Stuttgart, who are third right now at the moment, if I'm not mistaken, third or fourth, depending on Dortmund. I don't know. Last I checked, they were third. So, are they third? I believe they're third. If the application would let me open the table, probably let me go to one football check. Bayern. Is there a way I can check the table here? Matches. No, where is it? Saturday? We played on Saturday. I remember. Bundesliga. There you go. Yeah, third. I'm correct. Yeah, third. By they're ahead by Dortmund by 6 points. Right. See, so he's doing a good job for their standards. I think at one point, Stuttgart, I think last season. Correct me if I'm wrong. I don't remember. I think they were in the relegation zone. So the fact this manager come in and done the job is. And by for context, I forgot to mention. Hones is the son, or is not the son, the nephew. Sorry, I apologize. Of Uli Hones, who's a part of our supervisory board, and he is the reason why Bayern Munich is the club that it is today. So, yeah, big up to him, but I'm genuinely not sure about that one. Now let's go to the next manager. Yeah. But yeah, listen, he has. Before I move, Honest, he has potential to be up there. I'm not 100% sure. Yeah. Let's see how he does for Stuttgart in the coming years. Actually, but you know what? First pickup could be Leipzig or something. If let's say Rosa leaves or something, I'm just giving an idea for him. Who should I go with? Poch? No way. Stay away. You absolutely stink. Do I have to explain why Pochettino should not join? This guy is a serial bottler manager. He actually bottles it. Like, people want to talk about Harry Kane bottling. You see that shirt behind me? I don't know if you guys can see the shirt behind me. Let me move on. Do you see the shirt behind me right there? They say Harry Kane's a bottler, but for real, this Pochettino's a bottler. This guy over here. He's genuinely a butler. This guy is a butler. This guy, he was not Dortmund. I was gonna mix it up. I always bring up Dortmund. I don't know why. He was at Tottenham, yeah, and unbelievable. Everything was great. They get to Champions League final, bottle it. Cup finals, bottle it. Everything, bottle it. Goes to PSG, bottle it. Goes to Chelsea. You would think that they do something. I was watching that Carabao Cup final. The changes, bottle it. Right? Some of his managerial decisions for Chelsea I've seen where he's playing the likes of what's his name, man? Colwell left back. Are you mad? No. I don't want that, my club. You can stay away. Stay away, bro. Stay away. Now, let's move on. I'm gonna put this. Hey, listen, Jose Mourinho, yeah. Let's go with him. No, let's not go with him. I'll keep him one of the main ones. Let's go for Xavi, another manager of a no. Oh, can I move it there? Yeah, no, no chance. I'm sorry, man. Xavi, he went to Barcelona. He tried to coach some game for Barca, like the Barca, and it hasn't worked out. At some point in the league, he tries to coach a defensive style, and they win the league. Great, but it ain't for me, man. I'm not trying to see that at all. Let's move on, bro. Let's move on. And by the way, him trying to deal with the media. Listen, if that's bad, I mean, it's already bad. Don't get me. It's actually probably worse than us, the way he has to deal with media. But boy, you see the way we are and the way they are at the moment. If you're like that at Barca, they don't come to us, please. I don't want to see that. Let's move on to. Oh, do I go with this guy? Do I go with who do I go with? I want De Zerbi, man. Let's go with De Zerbi. De Zerbi, I'm not sure, you know. Now I say I'm not sure. I'm leaning more towards here, but I'm not sure. I'm not sure because I know he's a very good high pressing attacking coach, which don't get me wrong is good for Bayern if he was. But here's the problem: he lacks experience with big names and with talent that can play at a high level and that could. And I know Premier League is high level. I mean high level like competing in the league and in. And on top of that, like he even said it once in himself when they were in the Europa League. It's very hard for him to deal with. What was it he said? He said hard for him to deal with the league, domestic and European competitions, like managing the squad. It was very hard for him to manage the squad because they don't have enough. If that's an issue for you, bro, then listen, I need you to go to a higher level club, just not Bayern level, and learn your craft. Do what Xabi Alonso is doing at Bayern Leverkusen, basically, is what I'm saying. Do that, and then go to a club. Jump too strong. It's the problem with these clubs, man, these managers, and these fan bases and all that. They would rather jump themselves to the big boys too soon. And by the time they get to the big boys, they get scrutinized. And all of a sudden, you're talking about what? You're talking about lowering yourself again? The whole point is for you to upgrade, not go all the way up and then. So, yeah, man, my thing is like, there's so much in managing a football team. And if you think going from mid-table to Champions League contention, just like that, without even trying to compete for the league, is something. Yeah, man, you're just asking for failure, and that's another thing that Arteta has to do because he's learning on the job, and as De Zerbi was to do that, same problem. So, yeah, man, nah. Now, personally, for me, before I move on to the next three, Ten Hag, who used assistant coach for Pep Guardiola, I'm also putting not sure. People are expecting me. I know people. I know people. I know you are expecting me to put him in the tier of, no way. Yeah, you want me to say no chance, no way. He should never come because he's so bad for Man United. But I actually think he's not even coaching his game, and that's a problem in itself. I know, but if you were to let him coach his game, I don't think it would be a problem for him to join at my club. But the problem is for me with Ten Hag or Ten Stone Cold Steve Austin, as I usually make jokes about him. You know, if you know, you know. Uh, yeah, I just think that first of all, he should never be a director. Please, if he was to join my club, never allow him to pick players. That's one. And two, he just needs to be better with dealing with players. And don't get me wrong, he has the mannerisms to like be strict when he has to be at times. I'm not gonna say all the time. He has moments in him, but he needs to put his ego aside. I feel like he's trying too hard to be the boss when he should be the boss, but also be understanding of his players. If he can do that, cool. And then one more thing, the last thing, play your own game. I don't get how you go to a press at Man United and you're saying, I left Ajax to Manchester United and I'm not playing the same way as Ajax. Brother, you brought players from Ajax. You brought Lisandro Martinez. You brought in Anthony, who stinks, by the way, and all them other players. And now all of a sudden, you don't want to coach the same way as you did. It makes no sense, man. It don't make sense. So enough said, the better. Let's move on. Mourinho. Now Mourinho is split. Now, the reason why I put Mourinho in the last three is, listen, you could, some people will say get him in, some people will say no. Some, personally for me, I'm unsure, you know. I am genuinely unsure. Now, I'm unsure because at the end of the day, we are dealing with Jose Mourinho, bro. You know, I mean, he may not be the same as he was back in the day, but what he was, or what he always will be, let's say, is he is a man manager. And he is one that will absolutely motivate the living hell out of you to perform. If you don't perform, this guy's probably going to bench you, yeah? And he's going to make sure that you perform for the next game or the game after so that you even be considered to start, yeah? Which you know what? He's a type of manager Leroy Sané needs, because Sané's been stinking lately, which he always does in the second half of the season. But you get Mourinho and he probably will put Sané on a bench. Sané performs in Strasser, which is our training facility ground, by the way, and then maybe Mourinho considers him later on. Earn your way into the team. That's what Mourinho would be all about. And that's why part of me would want to say, you know, 100%. But at the same time, yeah, I don't know, because his style is not the same, or it is the same, but it doesn't suit today's football as it did previous football. So, yeah, man, that's why I'm not sure. Even though, if you ask me between the get him in or stay away, it'll be just stay away, but I'm not sure. So, yeah, lastly, the two guys. If it was up to me, I'd get either the two. You could get me either the two, boys. Yeah? And boys, ladies and gentlemen, you get me either the two. But let's talk about Flick, yeah? I would personally get him. All right? Let me just put him in here. I would get him. Here's the thing. There's only one problem. And I mean one problem. Now, people are going to think, why not two? I mean, he was bad at the German national team. Yeah, well, here's the thing. The German national team players, not all of them are the same as Bayern. Now, you could be like, well, yeah, well, how was it? Half of your Bayern squad are from Germany? Well, yeah, well, listen. Let me list the names for you. So you have Gnabry, you have Sané, Thomas Muller, Goretzka, Kimmich, Neuer. Am I missing anybody? That's around 7 players that I've listed. Now, and I'm not counting Pavlovic because Pavlovic was not in that squad. And who else? And he's a kid, so yeah. Oh, Musiala. Okay, well, I forgot Musiala. 8. There you go, 8. How did I forget Musiala? God knows. But there you go. I added an extra name. I don't think there's anybody else. So, listen, people. My point is this: 8 players out of a squad of 22 for Flick to coach in Germany is not the same of an entire Bayern Munich squad that had the German players that I listed, and then you have also the players that are like the likes of Lewandowski and the Coutinho's and what was it he having his team? Perisic. I remember Perisic, Thiago Alcantara, who we still miss to this day. You know what I mean? Jerome Boateng, you could say, but Jerome Boateng retired by then already. Who else, man? Davies, Alaba. You see the difference? So yeah, man, listen, let's behave when we're comparing Germany to Bayern here. You know what I'm saying? So that's why. But the only difference, not the only difference, the only issue is Uli Hoeneß doesn't want him, man. So yeah, man, that's why we're never gonna get him. So my last alternative and my number one alternative, number two technically, because let's be honest, I still would rather, I would really love Flick, but that's not happening. Zinedine Zidane. I don't care if you don't know German. I could give less of a damn. Yeah. Well, let me go back. You see, Zidane is there. You saw Zidane. Ah, cool. Then now we're done with that. Get me Zidane ASAP, because I'm telling you now. Yeah. At the end of the day, this is how I see it. 3 Champions Leagues. Right? 3. I'm talking about 3 Champagne Leagues with Real Madrid back to back to back. Players will respect the living hell out of him. That's another thing. And on top of that, this guy, and nobody talks about this, but I will, he will come up with ways to coach an attacking game, whether it's with 2 strikers, or he will do it with 4-3-3, or he will do it with a 4-2-3. He'll do whatever it takes to somehow know the opposition, and then after knowing the opposition, set a system and a lineup for the players to play, and he'll let them play their game with that system. So, hey, get me Zinedine Zidane. And by the way, this language barrier thing is not a big deal. I mean, he can either learn English or he can learn German. I mean, in Germany, they speak a lot of English, by the way, so it's not that big of a deal. But yeah, listen, that's my thought. Before I move on, before I conclude, end of the video, let's say. This is the tier list again. I don't know why I put this now. This is the tier list. If you want to have a look at this, so let's look through this. When the note in the stay away, we got Thomas Tuchel the donkey. We've got Antonio Conte. Yeah, no thank you. Unai Emery, no thank you. Klopp, even though unbelievable, yeah, no thank you, because he'd sabotage our club. But I know he wouldn't want to join anyway. Pochettino, bottle job, no way, stay away. And Xavi, because I don't think he's cut out for this job at Bayern, just like he is at FC Barcelona, clearly. Not sure, Xabi Alonso. Let's see what he does. Nagelsmann, I think he needs to reassess himself in his career and learn in lesser clubs. Not less, like 2 down, but like mid-table, maybe Europa League club. Actually, not even mid-table. I mean, mid-table is harsh. Europa League type level clubs, you know what I'm saying? And then get his way back up. Hoeneß, I'm not 100% sure of him. He needs to do the same as Julian Nagelsmann and Xabi Alonso. You got the likes of De Zerbi, again, same thing. Ten Hag, not sure, because he could be, I can't believe I'm saying this, but he's another manager that could be here and there, stay away or get him in, but he needs to show himself more at Man United, or he needs to show himself more in the similar clubs that I mentioned for the not sure section over here. And then Mourinho, again, not sure because of his style, but yet again, he also has the mentality. So it's like a mizan in Arabic, we say mizan, like balance. So it's a balance that you're unsure of. So that's why he's in not sure. And then get him in, obviously Flick, but that's not going to happen. And then Zidane, I would pray to happen, but I don't know. One thing for sure, people, is that the club is trying to go for Xabi Alonso. Let's see if that happens. But yeah, and that's it. What's your thoughts, Jamaat? What's your thoughts, people? Do you think that I'm talking from my bum? No pun intended. I mean, yeah. Do you think I'm talking from my bum? Do you think I am, being honest with y'all. Do you think I'm yapping? What do you think? Do you think that Zidane should come in? Uh, Flick should come in. Do you think all the managers I listed in stay away should be in not sure or get him in? Or do you think what changes would you make to this tier list? Is what I'm saying. Or do you agree with any of the names? Let me know in the comment section below. Right now, that is the end of the video. If you enjoyed this channel, you subscribe and press the alarm bell for future content, such as videos like this. Yeah, videos like this, live streams, future shorts, which I do shorts as well, and community content, which I will be doing in the near future. And then you got the socials, check them out: TikTok, Instagram, X. And most importantly, people, a lot of alaikum, please take care of yourself, be happy and satisfied wherever you may be. Now I'm gonna bounce. Take care of yourselves and see you later.